What's up? You're rocking with your girl Indigo Jones on 104.7 The Drop, and I am super excited to have my guest here today. He is a hip-hop artist, songwriter, and producer based out here in Denver, Colorado, and he also has done so much for the culture out here in the city, along with being the co-founder of Colorado Music Industry Alliance and also producing R&B Jam Fest, and recently launched his newest label, Arrow Music Group, in February. I am so happy to be chopping it up with DNA Picasso. What's up?
What's up? How are you doing?
Something that I love about you two is that you are a creator, you are an artist, but you are a huge advocate for the city of Denver and the culture of Denver. And I really appreciate you doing that because I think there is so much out there that needs to be broadcast and shown to everyone else. So I want to know from you personally, why do you think Denver is such a talented city?
I think there's been this narrative that Denver has been slow to get information.
Yeah.
And been like, we've taken from other cultures, but let's be honest, like there are very few people who are native, like creators who are native to Colorado. And even if they are natives to Colorado, are their parents native to Colorado?
Yeah.
So at one point in time, people migrated here to start a new life or to, whether it's to do art or to, start a new business or to get an education. I feel like Denver's a huge melting pot. Mm-hmm. So I feel like Denver's always had the talent, always had gifted individuals. So this isn't a new phenomenon by any means.
Yeah.
I think right now I'm just trying to advocate for it and make sure that I play my part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's super dope. I do believe that it is a melting pot for sure. And I'm a native here in Denver. And so like seeing it change so much and seeing so much culture come from the city and like brew in the city is really dope to see, especially as a native where like, I feel like Colorado at one point used to be super like farm town-ish in a sense. And so to see it come together the way it is really dope. But I also love that like, you notice that, but you also advocate for it. Because I think that is a conversation that happens a lot of like Denver being this talented melting pot, but like, what are people really doing about it? And I feel like you're doing the work for that. So why is it important to you to advocate for the talent out here in the city?
I think it's important for any city to take pride in the great things that are happening in it. Mm-hmm. Take pride in the people who are making change. Take pride in the artists, just like we take pride in our athletes. You go to a Broncos game and you see diehard sports fans, and Avs game, same thing. Nuggets game, same thing. And I think it's time for us to take more pride in our creative sector. Mm-hmm. And I'm a strong representative and advocate for music, but I think it goes to, it's all of our art forms need to be advocated for.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know. I don't think I woke up one day and said I need to be the advocate for Colorado. I just started doing the work.
Yeah.
Started producing shows and putting people in position, trying to get in position myself so that I can be the change that I want to see out here, instead of waiting for somebody to come and save me, because I know that it's never going to happen. I'll wait all day waiting on that.
Yeah.
And so I think it's important for not only me to advocate, but for everybody who's out here to advocate for themselves, their community, and to take pride in what we have here.
Yeah. There is a lot of Denver pride on this new project that you just released. It is called Denver International, and there's two discs, because this one is Departures, which is more like R&B centered, and disc 2 is Arrivals, which is more like hip hop centered. So how was that concept created?
Honestly, it didn't even start as this concept at all. Like,
really?
We've been teasing this idea of like doing a project representing the city for a while. Our schedules never lined up the right way. And they finally did last December. So we locked in for a 4-day session, 2 full days, 2 half days, brought in over 40 artists, producers, musicians, recording 31 records in 4 days. And it was like, honestly insane. And Departures and Arrivals actually came the day before I was supposed to turn the album in.
Really?
It's going to be named Harlem of the West.
No way!
Well, I loved the idea of Harlem of the West, but I felt like not enough people would see the name instantly know what that meant.
Okay.
Would have to do a lot of explaining and giving context to the history. But yeah, I feel like everything kind of just happened the way it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm still stuck on the fact that you recorded 31 songs in 4 days. Like in 4 days with 40, 50 people, that's insane. How was that process like? I'm sure there was a lot kind of going through your mind, and even in the process, like, how was that like to get that all done? Like, I'm sure you should feel very proud of yourself for that. Like, that's really dope.
I do feel proud. I take a lot of pride in not only the thing that I was able to create, but in all the artists who were a part of this, and the artists who weren't a part of this. There's a lot of artists who I wanted to be on this project, but schedules didn't align the way that I wanted them to. But it doesn't mean that we don't have plans to making some other things happen in the future.
I really love too that like it is called Denver International, because I feel like when I think of the word international, that's everything, right? Like there's all these different parts, all these different cultures, sounds, whatever. And I feel like going back to your point about Denver being such a melting pot, there's all these different sounds that are within Denver. And you see that on this album, and I feel like the album really reflects that, like the melting pot of Denver's culture. It's super eclectic, but it's all one universal sound at the same time. And I guess to that point, so I was watching like our mini documentary from a few months ago, which is called An Argument for the Next Biggest Hip Hop City. And I want to make sure I'm quoting you correctly, but you mentioned that Denver regionally needs the hip hop scene to be known in the international music community. How do you think this project fulfills to that need?
I think, if nothing else, this project serves as a snapshot of what Denver's hip hop and R&B scenes are like right now at a high level.
Yeah.
And I think Denver is a leader in the space.
Yeah.
If you listen to the project, you hear the hunger in the artist's voices.
Absolutely.
And I think this is just a new beginning. Because I'm not going to sit here and act like we haven't had artists who've been doing great things.
Right. We're true to this.
We've been doing our thing.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot that our industry here needs.
Yeah.
On a statewide level, I think we've been, I don't know, maybe not all of us, but I think there's this whole push to like rage against the machine, right? And like preserve like local music. And of course I want to do that. But I think far too often we get overlooked because we don't work with the machine. We don't have the relationship with Spotify and Apple Music. Why don't we have, if you go to Spotify or Apple Music, you can find out what Bay Area hip hop sounds like. You can find out what Chicago hip hop sounds like or Memphis hip hop sounds like on the editorial level.
Yeah.
We don't have those relationships here. So I challenge all of the leaders to build more of those bridges,
Yeah.
Just be a couple people.
Yeah.
You can't just do it all for self.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully I can be an example of that.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely feel like the sense of community from this album, and like seeing so many different artists locally here that are on this project. And I'm sure that has had an impact on them too. So what is some of the responses that you got from some of the artists that were on this project, and how has it impacted them being a part of this project?
I don't necessarily think I can speak for them, but I can tell you what they've kind of said to me. And it's been nothing but gratitude. And the opportunity to bring people into the light, and also the opportunity for them to meet other artists that they would have never met, and collaborate with artists that they would have maybe never ever collaborated with. And if they would have, it might have taken years from now to do certain things, right? So I think the response has been overwhelmingly positive and filled with gratitude.
Listen, y'all locked in, like truly locked in. And I think even the response of gratitude and just that just speaks to the impact of the project and what it's really doing, not just for the artists and their individual platforms, and even as they continue to grow, but even like the community as a whole, and putting Denver on the map in that way. So I think that that's substantial at the end of the day. Like, I think that's amazing. I just want to say this has been such a great conversation, and you keep doing what you're doing. Like, you keep doing what you're doing, you keep shining, and you keep putting on for the culture, for the city, for yourself at the end of the day, because you really can't put on for anyone else if you don't put on for yourself. So you keep staying grounded in your values and all the things you're doing, because you're doing some really great work, DNA. So
I really appreciate that. Thank you for having this conversation with me today. And shout out to Drop. Like, I think y'all are change makers and leaders in the space. And I'd love to be able to continue to support y'all however I can too. And hopefully we can just continue to collaborate and make things happen. And I hope everybody decides or realizes that they can play their part too. You know, everybody has a part to play in this. You know,
yeah.
I've always said that if you want to go somewhere, if you want to benefit from resources that have already been built, you might have to move to California. You might have to move to New York. But if you realize the wide open lane that we have right here, and you're willing to build something real, Denver is the perfect place to make that happen.